Yeah. hmm Officer LaRue was the one that took the statement of healthy families of Clown County. Yes. The sheriff's department was the individuals that arrested me at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yes. And at the same time served me. Yeah. Not protecting my rights as a respondent. No. You should always serve the respondent with the intention. Yes. Of protecting their rights to the whole 90 days. Yeah. Because some people wait towards the end of it. Yeah. Sometimes they think, well, I better respond within, 20 days. Yeah. Sometimes there's a big question about how do I respond? Yes. A lot of people are not familiar with the whole dissolution of marriage thing until they've first gone through it. Yeah. And I made a statement that I hadn't gone through a dissolution, so I didn't know. But then I just realized I did go through a dissolution. I'm trying to get divorced. Yeah. Now my wife had gone through this twice before, and she had a pretty good idea what she was doing. Now, my sons, yeah. Uh, I just want you to understand. When the prosecuting attorney's office represented the state of Washington, yes, and she had Healthy Families call the police at the same time as serving me, yes, you're getting sued for allowing for my wife to commit the crime of domestic violence against me as her spouse. Yes. False arrest, false imprisonment, ooch. Conspiracy, to commit hate crimes, kidnapping. Oh, I have a newspaper article about Bishop. Yes, and that his ankle is destroyed. Yeah, and all the police and sheriff's departments say I don't have any right to know anything about the actual medical condition of the injury. Yes, and I don't have that right because you issued a protection using a forgery. Yeah, yeah. And you issued a dissolution of marriage because I was crazy. Right. And then you issued quite a few different protection orders. Yes. But every time you served me, you did it using the hate crime of malicious harassment. Yep. And then Brent issued this one. Oh, and I've sent you 3 million emails. True. And it seems that as a father, I have no right to know the actual medical condition of my son because of the fraud of your dissolution of marriage. Yes. The dissolution of marriage that you didn't serve me. Yes. The dissolution of marriage that you didn't have the right to hear the motion for default. Yes. The dissolution of marriage where you didn't have the right to issue it. Now, as a father, I'm concerned about the medical condition of my son. And when you obstruct my right to know about the actual medical condition of my sons, yes, there's a problem with this idea of child abuse and neglect. Mm. Now, the arm of the state, yes, it's an entity created by a state and operating as an alter ego or instrumentality of the state, yeah, such as a state university or a state department of transportation. Ooh. The 11th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution generally bars suits in federal court by individuals against states and has been interpreted as protecting arms. Of the state as well. Now, cities and local school districts have been held not to be arms of the state. Yes. Now, there's well, as a father, I'm concerned about the medical condition of Bishop Budnick. Um, mm, when do you think you're going to let me talk to him? Never. When are you going to let me use the courts? When are you going to allow me to have you prosecuted? Ooch. Uh, because I want to know what happened to his ankle. Do you understand? Now, lawful arrest. Yeah. The taking of a person into legal custody either under a valid warrant or on probable cause that the person has committed a crime. Who was it that issued the probable cause warrant for my arrest? Yes. On May 27th, 27th of 2012. Oh, Officer LaRue. Who was it that arrested me? Yes, the Sheriff's Department. Now, let's say we looked at malicious arrest. An arrest made without probable cause and for an improper purpose. Yeah, especially an abusive process by which a person procures the arrest and often imprisonment of another by means of judicial process without any reasonable cause. Yeah. Now, malicious arrest can be grounds for an action for abusive process, false imprisonment, and malicious prosecution. Now, the arrest that took place on the 27th of May of 2012, I would say it's the malicious arrest, so as to accomplish the abusive process, yes, of serving me the dissolution of marriage at the same time as the arrest. And then the false imprisonment so that I could not respond. Right. And then the malicious prosecution that because Healthy Families of Clallam County called Officer, you had an obligation to immediately dismiss all charges against the defendant. Now, why are we enforcing your fraud of a dissolution of marriage? Yes. Why are we enforcing your protection order? Yes. When it has been used to maliciously arrest me in 2012. Right. Maliciously arrested me in 2011. Right now. Maliciously arrested me, yes, in 2016. Malicious arrest of myself. Yes. On the 24th of September of 2016, and the malicious arrest for failure